We all know that to activate an XRP ledger account, you need to transfer base reserve number of XRP to that account, and that number of XRP will be reserved indefinitely. But what about exchanges? Do you think these exchanges have one active XRP ledger account per user? Think of it. Even if an exchange has just 5,000 users, to activate one account you need base reserve. As of now, base reserve is 10 XRP. So to activate 5,000 accounts, you will need 50,000 XRP. Not all exchanges will be willing to set aside that much funds as reserve. To solve this issue, XRP Ledger has a neat feature called destination tag. In this video, we will be discussing about destination tag as well as source tag. Source tag is not that talked about, but it's also an important feature of XRP Ledger. I want to start by clarifying one thing about these tags, that is source tag and destination tags do not have any direct on-ledger functionality. It's merely an information about how off-ledger systems should process a payment. That is, off-ledger systems are exchanges or even non-custodial wallets. This source tag and destination tag are just information, additional piece of information for these systems, that is off-ledger systems. Now let's get back to how exchanges accommodate users without activating a lot of XRP Ledger accounts. For example, consider an exchange has this one activated XRP Ledger account, and then internally it has different unique numbers assigned to each of its user. Now this is called user's destination tag. With this method, you can have any number of users with just a single activated XRP Ledger account. But XRP Ledger itself has no information about the user. The exchange should have this information. For example, someone sends funds to the address and mentions this as destination tag. For the ledger, it's like any other payment transaction, but the exchange should know who this user is and have to credit the payment to the appropriate user the payment is intended to. Let's just see it in code and understand the implementation. Let's open our main program. Hope you remember this. Let me scroll it up and show it. I think you remember it. So in the payload, I'll directly hard code the destination tag and source tag numbers here. I can just ask the user to input it, but then we need to validate it and stuffs like that, which you already know. So I'll just hard code it directly because this example is just to demonstrate about destination tag and source tag. I have already forgot the command, so I'll just look at the hint. So the secret I have is family seed, and we had the secret here. Let me copy that. And for destination address, I have my address, and then I'll send maybe 0.1 XRP. Now just copy this ID, that is transaction ID, and go to some testnet explorers and just look at the result. Okay. Now I'll make the changes. Let me add destination tag to it, and the field name should be as it is with D and T capital and some random number. It should be number and not string. Let me clear the screen and execute the same command. So for the ledger, it's a payment transaction. That's it, with just an added information which is destination tag. So let's get we need to get to testnet. And here you have the destination tag along with the destination address. Let me come back here. So this is the entered destination address, this one, and the destination tag is 1234, and you can see it in the explorer. It's just an added piece of information for the ledger, and it doesn't have any on-ledger functionality. The off-ledger systems like exchanges, custodial, non-custodial wallets, those are the off-ledger systems which should implement it. Now the source tag. It's also a random number which doesn't hold any particular meaning to the ledger. So let me execute it once again. And once the transaction is successful, let me copy the transaction ID. Okay. Now let's look at the transaction in the Explorer. So whenever it doesn't work, I'll just paste it here and enter. And it works most of the times. So here we have source tag. This is what we entered, and this is the destination tag. And this is your source address, the account field. This is your address from which the payment has been sent. It is also called source address. So this is source address, and this is the source tag. This is destination address, and this is destination tag. So a payment with source or destination tag or without one is treated the same way by the ledger. It doesn't make any difference at all. Source tag or destination tags are just an added piece of information by the sender of the payment. For example, a payment to an exchange or gateway's address can use a destination tag to indicate which customer the exchange should credit the amount to. And the exchange should have that information, that is, which destination tag belongs to which customer. The ledger has no information about it. And another obvious use of destination tag is maybe a payment to a merchant, where destination tag could indicate what item the payment is for. Of course, here destination tag can simply be an unique item ID or unique item number or something like that. So this is a brief overview of what a destination tag is. Now let's see what source tags are. We haven't seen this as widely as destination tags, but for me, source tags are as important as destination tags, and exchanges should care to implement it as well. And let's see why. For example, assuming you are sending a payment from your exchange's account to buy a product. Usually exchange accounts has destination tag to each of its users. So you are sending a payment through your exchange's account, which means you have a destination tag to identify your payment in that exchange, right? So you made a payment to buy a product, but later on the merchant realized that the item you paid for is out of stock. Now the merchant has to refund you. If the merchant sends back the payment to your exchange's account, he or she has to mention destination tag so that the payment is credited to you by your exchange. So now think of it like this. A merchant has his website, and for each product there is a product ID, and you need to mention the product ID as your destination tag so that the merchant knows which product you paid for. Now, if that product is out of stock, he has to send back your payment, right? He can't send it to your exchange's account, then exchange will be confused as to who it has to be credited to. In that case, you need to also include source tag, which should include your exchange's destination address to your account. That way the merchant knows where exactly to send the payment back. That is your exchange's account plus whatever the tag is mentioned in the source tag field has to be in the destination tag field while sending it back to you. Now this is all cool, but what if a person sends payment to an exchange's address and forgets to include destination tag? In that case, the exchange still gets the payment but doesn't know who to credit it to. They will have to manually check with the sender and then decide who they have to credit it. Well, this is a tedious task when an exchange has thousands of users. To solve this annoying problem which exchanges or any custodial platform may face, XRP Ledger has a very clever feature wherein if an active XRP Ledger account has a flag enabled, the flag name is required dest, which we will show in next video. So if this flag is enabled on a XRP Ledger account, and if someone sends a payment to that account without including destination tag, XRP Ledger just rejects that payment. So once the payment is rejected, the sender clearly knows that he has missed mentioning destination address. So with that information, he can just include the destination tag in the next payment and send it to the right person, that is the right user of the exchange. So before closing this video, I want to play a small clipping from some onboarding video series which has explanation about destination tag, destination address. So I'll end this video with that video clipping.
In order to pay someone using the XRP ledger, you must know their destination address. Each XRP ledger account, including your account, has an address that starts with a lowercase r. When you send funds to an account on the XRP ledger, those funds will always arrive in that account, but only after the transaction has been both successfully submitted to and accepted by the network. For some transactions, you also need a destination tag. A destination tag is a number. This number is a marker to help the receiver understand what the payment is about or who the payment is intended for. The point of a destination tag is to allow a business to use a single XRP ledger account to manage many incoming payments, thus identifying each payment via the provided destination tag. The person or business to whom you are sending your payment will inform you if they require a destination tag. To understand why a destination tag is required, it may help to think of your payment as a parcel, where the destination address is like a mailing address, and the destination tag is like a room number. If the address the parcel is sent to is a freestanding house, then it does not require a room number. Without a room number, nothing bad will happen. The owner of the house will still get the parcel. Now consider sending a parcel to a university with 10,000 rooms. Failure to provide a room number will still result in the delivery of your parcel to the university. However, it will sit in the mailroom and no one will know for which room it was intended. To ensure that your payment is credited to the right place, you need to correctly enter the destination tag in sum whenever the receiver asks you to.